Sunday morning at 9 and 11 with a rebroadcast Monday morning at 6:30. Governor Corzine today signed into law the final piece of legislation in a package of economic stimulus bills that are aimed at improving New Jersey's business climate. Today's action will cut corporate business taxes tied to companies doing business out of state.
We now have corporate business.
The governor put his signature to the legislation with leaders of the state's top business lobbies looking on. The bill was the fourth in a sweeping economic stimulus package that he's signed this week alone. 3 of them have been geared to business.
This is a lot like Groundhog Day, but in a very good way. It seems like we've been at these bill signings, and they're all very positive steps for the state of New Jersey.
The new law Corzine signed today goes to the complexities of corporate taxation, centering in particular on a so-called Throwout rule, where companies are taxed for doing business in other states that don't have or don't assess corporate taxes.
It's very, very intensively accountant-based stuff, but it means a lot to the companies who are big enough in the state to generate large amounts of employment. And really, this is not about business, it's about jobs.
With the movement of legislation, the business community feels it's finally gotten the ear of state policymakers who they believe have long put them at a competitive disadvantage with other states in the region and nationally. The governor seemed to recognize that in his remarks.
This changes our competitive position with states surrounding us. It really will give us a greater ability to maintain companies that operate across the United States and actually internationally.
The measure the governor signed today was first introduced this legislative session back in May in the Assembly. It lay dormant there until it was put on a fast-track course in the legislature and got going in earnest in early October.
After the Lehman Brothers AIG challenges of mid-September, by October, this was an absolute free fall. And quite frankly, a lot of us believe we're still in a very steep decline at the moment.
The governor says his administration and the legislature will likely pursue still more economic stimulus legislation for a time he says is shaping up as the worst recession since the Great Depression. Elsewhere,